Well, from the garden, we switch now to something that is increasing in popularity. And yes, kids, you can tell your parents, it does grow on trees.
Yeah, safe to say the hard work and long hours to build a stronger grower base and processing infrastructure is starting to pay off with the Georgia Olive Growers Association. Recently, I attended their annual meeting in South Georgia and got an idea of just how big the industry is getting. This year, Jason Shaw, lead grower in the area of Georgia olives, and other organizers of the Olive Growers Association moved the annual meeting from spring to fall.
Since we built the new processing mill here in Lakeland last year, you know, this gives folks a chance to come out and see the harvest side and the milling side, which, you know, it's kind of stressful for us because we're real busy this time of year, so it's hard to stop and do the conference. But, you know, thankfully, we've got volunteers and we got Vicki, the executive director, is doing a great job keeping this thing organized.
Because olives are the fastest growing horticultural industry in the land down under, one of the highlights of this year's conference featured the president of the Australian Olive Association, Paul Miller.
In the US, California's down a little this year, and of course they're suffering a big drought too. But in Georgia, we're seeing some quite nice cropping on some of the young trees coming on, so it's great to be here and see that happening.
Jason Shaw told us his farm has made several advances in olive production since he started the venture 5 years ago.
You know, the blueberry harvesters got us through the first harvest, and we'll never forget that. But at the same time, last year we invested in the largest olive machine that's made in America. It's made by Oxbow. You know, I'm proud to say it is made in America because a lot of the equipment we've had to buy for the olive mill you couldn't buy in America. But yeah, this machine we bought last year, I mean, it's Cadillac. It's the top of the line harvester that's made for olives, and we can pick grapes with it as well with just a little minor modification and adjustments to it.
Shaw has a prediction for the olive crop in Georgia over the next 5 years.
Within 5 years, I think by then we'll know whether this is going to be how profitable and how profitable it'll be. I think the main thing now, some of us have had more success than others in the farming aspect side of it, and in the quality of the trees and the production on the fruit side. Now we're really getting into, you know, how much oil are we producing per gallon, you know.
And Paul Miller is optimistic about the future of olives across the world and in Georgia as well.
But one thing that I think you have done better than we did, and I keep telling my growers about this, is the actual marketing of Georgia as a place for olives, the getting the information out locally about what's happening, creating excitement about this new crop has been done very, very well in Georgia. I really think you guys can be complimented on that.